So this is actually take 2. Because literally within a second of my starting to talk, the phone rang. So, this is what you see is our new professional setup.
Hello, guys.
Very professional. Again, Stavros, Costantino, Leo, Maria.
Maria is an AI.
Why did we make it so moody then?
Wow.
Well, I did not hear. You're very lucky.
Oh, good. Thank God. Excellent.
We
Moving
have
on.
to stay away from each other, so we have the tool, the pre-measurement tool. This is staying outside of melee rings.
And in case you're all wondering, yes, that is Leandros poking Costantino with his sword on a black couch. I'll leave that lie there. So, moving on to the actual game. We had left our heroes when they basically had... Mathilde had finally figured out that they were in a brothel. And the other two had realized that they're not actually broke, so they can actually pay for this expensive place. But it might not be a bad idea to have a chat with this shady figure that had been recommended to them, that had not recommended, mentioned, that could help them. So, without further ado, you guys are in the salon of the den of iniquity, of the brothel. As I mentioned before, it's a very well appointed common room. Just a little bit too much fabric lying around in places, a little bit too much red going on, but otherwise it would have been very classy. But, excluding the half-naked girls attempting to distract the men.
It's art.
Scantily clad.
It's art.
Yeah, art. The lady of the house has left you guys to your own devices after giving you the name, and she's gone on over to talk to another gentleman.
Patron.
Patron, yes, good word. Of the arts, patron of the arts.
Okay, so we're at the point that we were talking about. I have to look at the TV. That we wanted to talk to Marl.
Yes.
The shady character behind this establishment, this fine arts institute. So I wanted to go there. So because I wanted to find out, because we were being chased, we believe that they lost our tracks because we came here a lot earlier,
and we changed completely our setup.
But we also know that definitely someone was looking for us here. So it's good, to talk with Marl to see if they have any jobs, and at the same time get a little bit connected, right, to get an understanding of what's going on. So I would like to go ahead and try and find Marl behind the
establishment.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to accompany him because I think Rolf is already otherwise preoccupied.
Very much so.
All right. But first, I suggest that we make sure that Mathilde is safely in her room with the stuff.
With my books.
With
I'm
her
safely
books.
in my room with my books and my instruments.
Okay.
Yes.
So after we make sure that she's okay there, I think we go. I don't know if I take my maul with me, but is it out of place to have the sword?
Sword is more logical than,
Okay.
blunt killing instrument.
That's what I figured. I do love my blunt killing instrument, but yeah, I think we can go
that
just be safe.
the people working there are not that heavily armored. You wouldn't need it.
Wow, the black couch is really not helping. So, you guys step outside. Mathilde, you're up in your room. It's remarkably well appointed and normal. Although you're a little bit hesitant to lie on the bed. You do inspect it thoroughly. But it's remarkably quiet. The two of you, though, when you step out behind the inn, as I had mentioned before, in the cantons, it's so overbuilt that it traps the humidity. Mm-hmm. So even though it's not that, it wasn't that humid a day, the cold with the night and the trapped humidity means that there's this low-lying mist Very low lying. Don't imagine billowing clouds or anything of the sort. Just enough to make things a little bit hazy, and to lend a halo around the what's it called? Around the torches that play in the courtyard behind the inn. It's not hard to spot Marl. You see a bunch of hunched figures beside the stable, because as you come out, across from you, you've got the stables, and to the left, you see a couple of crates, old horse stack and other such stuff. And there's a bunch of people playing a dice game. One of them is sitting on the crate, sort of in a very kingly fashion, despite his bulk. Maybe once it was muscle, but now it's gone to fat.
Or perhaps because of the bulk.
Possibly.
He feels comfortable.
There's a throw. I don't know, a piece of fabric thrown over the hay that he's sitting on, and it's as I mentioned before, heavyset figure, slicked back, greasy, sweaty hair.
I get a chill up my spine.
Open shirt with a little bit too much hair, and it's one of those obnoxious frilly shirts that has kind of like stuck to him with sweat over time, and it's got the shades are off. There's the mandatory rings on his pudgy fingers, and he's gesturing and gesticulating expansively to the people that are probably just trying to play a dice game.
I look at you and I say, "This is why we didn't bring Mathilde."
What do you think she would win?
I blink at your comment, and with that chill up my spine, I say, maybe you should do the talking.
So I approach this this group of interesting characters. I'm saying, "Excuse me, gentlemen. Which one of you is Marl?"
Yeah, he almost seems to take offense at that. He resettles on his throne and looks at you. That would be me.
So we just rented a place in this fine establishment of the ambiguous logo worn by your guards, and it's the sideways face, and anyways, and
He's
they
not
said,
entertained.
and we learned that you might be looking someone to offer some work.
It's funny. After doing what I do for so long, you meet somebody, you see somebody, and you understand everything about them. There's no need to belabor words and mince words. So, down on your luck, want to get lucky and don't have the coin, huh? Pair of strapping lads like you.
Well, after paying 2 gold coins there, definitely we don't have the coin anymore.
2 gold coins, yes. He gets up, ambles around you guys. He's like, "You are both trained, I imagine. Swords?
I simply nod.
Show me your hands."
I take off the glove.
You see he looks at the swordsman calluses and makes a big deal out of it, like how cunning he is. Continues circling around you. It's like, it's funny you should mention work. We do actually have work that could be suitable for young men such as yourselves. We find ourselves in the need to liberate a cargo from a caravan. It'll be arriving soon, within 1 or 2 days.
Any more information about that caravan? Are there people protecting it?
There's a couple of guards, but that's exactly why we will have you. You will have backup.
Backup?
Oh, yes. A bunch of strapping lads who'll be helping you out.
Well, As I wear my glove again, I tell him, I hope you understand that as you inspected your troops, I would like to inspect those as well. Or at least get some.
You'll meet them before the job's done. So I want the two of you to give me composure subterfuge roll to like keep any of this from showing on your face.
Let me check. Oh, what's this? Product placement. The new companion hardback rulebook. Funny, he was here.
Conveniently forgotten here by somebody.
Well, I'm not very good at that. So, ooh, 3 successes out of 4.
So my composure is 5.
Yeah.
And my subterfuge is, I think it's pretty high, but I can't find. Oh, it's 2. So is that 7 dice? Nice. So 4 and 3. No, I don't like this one.
I have a question.
Yes.
Can Mathilde see you from her window?
Sure.
2.
Okay.
10.
Yes, that is a 10, and you can
3,
reroll that.
4.
It explodes.
Oh, this explodes. So I have 4 successes, and if it explodes...
Wow, both of you, much to my surprise, managed to keep a very blank look.
It's all about role play.
Yes, it's clearly all about role play. So it's an opposed roll. 2, 4, 5. Absolutely. If this had been the old game, he would have botched 2 1s and no successes.
He loves us.
Yes.
We made a new friend.
Excellent, excellent. He thwaps one of you, and he was obviously expecting you to move with the thwap, which you don't. So it's kind of like thump, and there's this awkward, which he hides in his expansive gesturing.
I'm getting mental images of smacking him repeatedly. I'm very annoyed.
Working very hard at preventing them from showing through your... Excellent, excellent. Then, you know what? We can meet here in 48 hours. And we'll go do what needs to be done.
Is there something specific we're looking in that caravan?
No, it's a large cart. I've been told that we have to liberate with a minor noble woman. I understand no harm is to come to her, but you'd be idiots to touch a noble woman.
And I have a final question. So, and what do we get?
Well, you get paid.
Well, there are
And
pays
also,
and pays.
if we have to stay here for another 2 days, you might want to have to settle our bill.
I'll take care of the bill for the 2 days. Don't worry about that. I'll make it worth your while. 5 silver each. Off the top of your head, it's not unreasonable. Yeah. It all depends on how you want to play it. Like tough, gruff guy or like desperate guy. It's all part of the image and act that you want to play.
I really don't want to play anything, so I leave it to him.
I'd say 5 silver for well-trained people attacking a caravan with a minor noble woman there. You know, it's a little hard proposition.
7.
All right.
He's negotiating very freely.
Yeah.
So he's either going to kill you, or he is getting paid very, very well for this job.
I say
Dumpsters.
Sorry, being the glass half full guy that I am, I'm thinking the former.
well, I'm thinking that since I'm getting a hint that the caravan he's awaiting is probably us, I'm gonna say yes, and we're probably gonna go Punisher. I think it's probably gonna be, yeah. So I agree. I say okay, 7, and yeah, I agree.
Good, excellent. He gesticulates with his hand obnoxiously, waddles over to his seat. He's like, as I said, we'll see you here 2 days hence.
I nod very professionally, or coldly, rather, and turn my back and go towards. So,
My thinking is the first thing I want to do is to go to Mathilde and try to ask her when I go there if there's anything incendiary we can create. Because they're going to very soon understand that we're the people that they're following. So maybe, and I'd like to talk to you, maybe we can find this a good opportunity to ambush them.
Oh, I was thinking we actually join them, we smack them, and that's my proposition. We smack them and ask them who hired them. Although I'm pretty sure the answer we're going to get is the same as the previous guy. Oh, what was the name? What was the name of the
Black Hawk.
Yes, the Black Hawk.
We should put like a sound playing every time, like a like crying, crying. Okay, so we'll go back to Mathilde.
Yeah.
I think we have to roll for somewhere occupied.
And we let you know of what happened, pretty much.
Okay. Yes. No, I could see you through the window.
But you didn't hear us.
Strikingly handsome as we are, we don't make too much noise.
Okay. So I open. Is there a knock? You're already in the
I don't think
room.
there are locks in this establishment, Maria.
Yeah.
Of course there are locks in this
Shut up!
establishment. It's a higher class establishment.
Myself in.
And I think the first thing Mathilde would have done would have been lock the door.
I locked the door. What are you talking about?
There's an awkward bump. Like the one made when a large armored body tries to walk through a door without realizing it's locked.
Wait a minute, roll.
No, that wasn't actually rolled.
We were inside.
I was thinking that there's no locks, yeah. So guys, question at this point, Mathilde, for you as well. How do we handle this? Because it's obviously going to be us.
I'm thinking we wait for them and ambush them during the ambush. We attack them during the ambush.
The thing is that they're waiting for us there outside the stables.
Yeah, but we will go somewhere on the outside the town to attack. We're not going to attack in broad daylight or even in the
I understand, but we need to show up to the stables and then with them go outside the city.
Alternatively, we can just leave. Or we can play even harder to get. That we ask around, we found out who is paying for this, and we want nothing to do with it.
I think if we just leave and don't show up, people are going to understand it was us and they're going to follow us.
Well, that's going to happen eventually anyway.
Yeah, but now we can kill them now. We can kill some of them now.
Well, your call. After all, I'm just here to help. By being paid in the meantime. I gently remind you.
So I say we take advantage of the fact that he's paying for us to stay here for a couple of days, and I think we should prepare and try and ambush them.
Sounds good.
I like the idea.
Mathilde, is there any way we can come up? Do you have any? You only have your books, right? None of the materials you brought with you.
You brought only the most expensive materials.
Yes.
Would any of that have any incendiary qualities?
What?
The kind that would have been banned in a convention.
That will go.
What kind of...
I don't want to know what you do in conventions, Leandro, or why you have knowledge of what is banned there.
I was talking about Nuremberg. It was not an actual show. It was a word joke, but it didn't.
This is what's working with Leandro. Is like, I just want you guys to know this.
Mathilde, I want an intelligence crafts roll, but you're going to lose 2 dice from the roll because chemistry is not really your forte. It's metallurgy, which is a subset.
Okay. So I roll
Ideally, Maria, we need a fantasy claymore.
6 successes.
6 successes.
6 successes.
No, I'm
Oh, yeah, that was like
the other way
That's
around.
impressive on 7 dice.
like this.
Yep, there we go. I'll roll again. 4 successes.
Okay. Yes, you know, you discovered the hard way that there are a couple of things that should not be put together when you're in the forge. So you do know of something that can be done as an incendiary.
Mm-hmm.
But it's it's not, don't expect white phosphorus or anything. It's going to be a large flash, a bang. That's about it.
Okay.
Yep.
It's at least good enough for a distraction, I guess.
Okay.
Or for a surprise.
Yes, the science of chemistry is not very advanced in it.
Why would you when you have mages? I think that's kind of
So
a
I can't-
problem.
Okay,
There's other reasons too.
So I'm kind of finding it hard to the ways in which we would set up an ambush because we don't even know how many there were there. That's why I would need something to take care of it.
The other thing we could do is actually, since we know where he is, grab him and ask him and then leave and decide what to do with him.
I mean,
I'm thinking that
we know-
whatever we do with him, he probably has it coming, so I feel
mean-
fine with this.
what if we pack right now, grab Rolf, and just attack him right now out of nowhere? But then we would have to leave as soon as possible.
I'd rather not do it very openly. Like we are in a city. There are guards.
After dark in the cantons.
Okay. Sure.
Can I ask
Mhm.
questions to be reminded? So right now he's waiting for his support to come, right? It's not there yet.
No, he said that there would be support, and he was kind of wishy-washy about what it would be.
In 48 hours.
Obviously, the fact that he's looking to recruit people
That's
suggests he doesn't have many,
Yeah.
because he
That's
barely asked them any questions.
But that's why, I'm asking is if we are to confront them in various forms, violence, non-violence, I think it should be done as quickly as possible because that will catch him unawares. From the window where I was, I could see the gentlemen around the table. There were 4, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so right now there's just Marl and him. I would say now let's go for it as quickly as possible. And by the way, there's the time element. We need to get there.
I say that we also should keep in mind that if we do this, then we alert them on how we're moving now, if we leave anyone alive.
Yeah, but the thing is that anyone who's expecting any answer on whether we're dealt with or not is not going to get one. That complicates things further. There needs to be someone that expects an answer of some sort of or an update of how it goes. So I think if we get Morrow right now, I mean he's responsible of being the person that right now has to deal with whatever is going on. We're still 2 days ahead. If we deal with him right now, for the next 2 days, no one is going to expect anything because the cargo hasn't went there yet.
Yeah, what I'm saying is if we leave him alive,
We might not.
there we go. That's,
Yeah, no.
You realize that that's where my character was going, that if we do this, we need to kill him.
Yeah, but he's a criminal.
The bloodthirstiness of role-playing games.
He's a criminal. He's endangering the mission. We're hired to kill ourselves. Interesting overall. and I think it would work. Is there anything that we could make really quickly that is at least creates a flash, like something that would disorient, not harm, but just disorient with the materials?
Yeah, sure. There's a couple of reagents there that you could if mixed with a little bit of lamp oil and I have no idea about chemistry,
Okay.
but sure, there's a concoction that can be put together that will create a flash and a bang. Of course, that will make sure everybody on the streets pays attention to what's going on behind the stables.
I think they would pay attention to it regardless. But my hope is that no one's going to try and do anything. And the reason being is that I don't know how eager I would be to help if I was in the canton and I saw a flashbang going on. I'd be like, maybe I would stay home.
I think that the intimidation fact of a dude with a longsword and shield and armor and another dude with a maul crushing like 4 day laborers.
Yeah.
It can get us far.
We'll go far.
Okay, I'm grabbing my armor. I suggest that you should too. We need to find Rolf somewhere, and he can go back to his business later on. But the point is, let's. Mathilde, I think your bow will be useful, covering us in case there's someone coming. At least some arrows firing would hit it. So I would suggest, unfortunately, packing up.
If her window's watching out, I'm going by her window and looking out. Could she fire from the window?
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, but
Very limited angle.
she will be
Then,
trapped in the building though.
Oh, yeah.
If anyone
Yeah,
wants to
that's
attack, if anyone wants to attack her, they're just gonna rush the room.
That's true. I'm thinking that on the road we need to train her a little on some close combat. But it's not for now.
But I'm very my bow and arrow.
I
Yes,
know,
You
but
need-
what happens if somebody gets in your face?
I'll charm them.
Oh.
I think some of those flashbangs would be come in handy for you.
Yeah.
To make.
True. Go Batman.
Okay, so
And then because you're not as good as Batman, they still see you trying to hide in the fucking...
like
They see a foot like dangling.
behind the curtains, the shoes are shown. Okay, so yeah, let's get ready.
Yeah,
Okay.
We're
doing
hitting
this.
them right now. Yeah, we
We're
found the guy. Let's
Who
do
has
it.
the fun job of roasting Rolf?
I can go. I can go.
You find him in a very compromising position.
Yeah, and you tell him that.
How much longer do you need?
Ah, that was it.
Is that a cool... All night?
No. And I look at him seriously. I think he gets.
There are more compromising things that we have been doing tonight.
Oh, he's completely unembarrassed. Is this us running away again, or is this us fighting?
But first the second, then the first.
He looks down. 2 minutes.
Enjoy.
Okay, I mean we get ready. We get.
I'm thinking.
He
fine.
shows up hitching up his pants.
Okay, so I think pretty quickly the plan is, Mathilde, I hope you're ready. We need to run the moment we get.
I assume,
information.
I assume, Mathilde, you've been looking through the window to make sure he stays there.
Yes.
So can I suggest a course of action?
Yeah, of course.
We do not even say a word. We run in and try to take them out as quickly as possible. I'm just gonna seal bash whoever I find first, and we just literally beat them until they're no longer a threat. Not even a word.
My only objection is let's wait for time to pass without him moving. Like if we see him moving before that, we move. But the later in the night it is, the better, and less people around.
I think
That's my only concern.
okay. Yeah.
I would
When time is and time
Yeah,
goes.
depending on the time now, we either do it now or we wait a little bit later. I don't think he's a guy that goes for dinner at 9.
No.
Yeah.
It's early. It was early evening. So you can. The thing is to be able to see him and not be conspicuous in your full getup. You'll have to see him from the room.
Yeah, that's true.
So you have to make absolutely sure he's leaving,
All right.
not to make a fuss and then be like, "Whoops, awkward."
Another thing, while they're observing, I rush to a gate other than the one we came in from,
Mm-hmm.
just to make sure that we can leave, and we don't cause mayhem in the city and then get trapped in it, in the canton.
Oh, you mean because, as I mentioned before, the gates close?
Yeah,
after
exactly.
dark?
It's very good that I remember this, I think, before we did that
You
something.
can jump off the wall. There's a moat.
So they are closed.
Says the guy in full armor.
Well,
So they are closed.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, the gates are closed.
Is there any way for us to leave?
Bribing guards, hiding.
I don't want to bribe guards.
You can always hide, or you can always do this quickly and efficiently enough that it's not that big a deal. Yeah, that never works in RPGs ever.
Come on.
The whole subtle and under the cover of night has never worked in
Seriously?
any session I have ever tried.
Seriously?
Mathilde.
We're prepared to use a flashback. Are you kidding me?
Mathilde, and that this is a question of tactical importance. how eager would you be to help us charm a guard to keep their attention occupied, so we manage to open the gates?
If I may say, my character's objections to bribing do not extend to yours. You can go bribe him. And we can debate about it later, but I wouldn't do it.
At the moment that you put me in the spot to have to do something like that, I think bribing is a good idea.
Let's see.
Yes. You do not want to wait on my charms. I'm not really a charming person.
asking the chemist to charm.
I did not hear.
No, that was Rose saying, I didn't know your face could change that many colors.
Okay, so we need to bribe the guy.
Yeah.
But from
The guard.
I
Probably
shake my
you should
head
do it-
disapproving.
You should
but-
probably do it ahead of time.
Yeah.
I think
Yes.
that would be
Yes.
shuffling through coins. We'll try to
I'll get it done. You see Rolf reaches over and grabs a fistful.
drop half of that fistful, please. Roll. That would be okay. Go and please run back because this is gonna get.
I'm a little upset that we didn't get an advance, so we could we could bribe the guard with the advance that we got for killing us.
Yeah, well, we can take the money off the guy.
I don't know if he has it on him, but sure.
I would blindly guess, like a blind stab in the dark that he has money on him. Anyways, we bribed him. We bribed the guy. Hopefully that will establish.
Yes, Rolf is taking care of it.
I'm afraid of that.
Nothing can go wrong.
Oh, that's the problem. There we go. We're probably gonna have to be jumping in the middle. Just saying. Okay, so we're getting ready to.
Awesome.
More.
And?
I'm preparing my concoctions.
We're gonna find more guards at the gates.
He didn't botch.
That's important.
He didn't watch.
Okay.
I don't know what that
Wait,
means. That's
he
not-
comes back.
that's not
Does he
very
say mission accomplished, or does he say, well, guys, he was unbribable?
No, all is good.
I don't think
All is
anyone
good, I
here is
think.
unbribable.
That's true.
Okay.
A diamond in
Okay.
the rough.
So, we leave the establishment. I will try to not say a word to the lady working there.
Well, let's be honest. When you guys all like trump downstairs, fully armed and armored, not many people are gonna wanna
Yeah, try to stop us.
try to stop you.
Yeah.
Although the bodyguards in the establishment do get up, look your way, and they're very clearly cued and like do something other than walk straight out the door and shit will break loose.
I find them cute, and what I'm contemplating is that I'm hoping actually that the proprietress, actually, will
I assume
think
this
that...
is. Hold on. I assume this is as you see that Marl is getting ready to head out.
Yeah, pretty much, I think. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the dice game goes on for a couple of hours. People come, go, jugs of wine are opened, and sometime a little bit past midnight.
Good time.
He yawns, stretches himself, scratches himself inappropriately. And it looks...
Sorry, he sounds more and more Greek.
Wait! They take exception to this.
What?
We're getting hyped.
You guys...
Yeah, we're like punching meat and like.
So when you see that that he's moving, all of you were sort of awkwardly scrunched up by the window. At which point Rolf is pointing out, he's like, "Why you make me leave so quickly then?"
Because we had to be ready. There will be other fine establishments for you to visit.
Not that he's paying.
Fair point, but fair establishment nonetheless.
You guys head downstairs. As I mentioned, immediately the bodyguards do notice you. They are competent. They are not to be disregarded. A place this good.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, you get the cue that it's like if you head straight out the door, it's not an issue. But once you're committed, you're committed.
I do just kind of this, like be calm as I keep walking. Like,
They pointedly look towards one of the doors.
Okay, I get in the front, suited ready.
Mathilde, are you following?
I am. I'm looking at the floor, and I can't believe the noise his armor makes. He makes a lot of noise.
It
This
does.
is not
Yeah.
everybody. Can everybody hear us?
Yes.
Most likely.
Yes. Matilda is looking at the floor, going, "Oh my God, what am I getting into? What am I getting into?" I'm
Violence
really
and
nervous.
loot. So
Which is what
there's
our
3
features are all
death-dealing
about.
machines of destruction, and an academic looking at the floor like, I'm not here, I'm not here, I'm
I'm
not
not
here.
here. I'm not here.
So I go out. Can I see Marl?
Yeah, you push open the door.
How many people is he with?
There's 4 guys.
Okay. Well, is he moving away from the establishment?
No, he's sort of gathering his shit, talking with one of them.
Okay. So I just want to wait a little bit until he moves a little bit further down, and I'm rushing him.
It's going to be a little bit awkward. You just burst out of the door with full armor.
Rushing them right away.
Oh, don't worry!
It's like,
Not
"Hi."
suspicious! Do your
The
thing!
moment I come out, I'm tying my shoelace. I'm tying the shoelace.
Whistling innocently. Alright.
So you start running across the
Okay.
courtyard.
So the first person.
Hold on, let me roll
Is
his wits
is
composure.
anybody with him?
Yeah.
Yeah, there are 3, 4 guys, but they're day laborers.
Yeah, I figured, but
Well, another gonna.
You know, you see him talking, he looks at you, looks back, does a double take when he notices you, and the first thing he does is shove a guy in your way.
I am already prepared to seal charge with like everything that I have. Ideally,
Okay,
to
so
throw them to the ground.
burn a will. You do a charge attack.
Mhm.
So that's a full out attack. You'll have no defense this round. Of course, they don't have weapons drawn, so you're fine.
That's fine.
So
I can take
a
punch in
will
plate.
is 3 dice. The charge, the all out attack is +2. So that's 5. And then to that you add your strength and your weaponry.
Strength of 3 and weaponry of. It says of 4.
yep.
Oh man, this is gonna be. I'm gonna like go through.
Hold on, but from that you remove his defense.
Yeah.
What's that?
So his defense is 2, and he shoved an awkward lump of body in your way, so that's another 2 dice removed.
Yeah. I don't like.
Take out 4.
I don't like this dice. This die. Yeah. Okay, I got this. I got this. Death by shield. Not really.
No?
Not a single success.
Well done, Leo. Well done. Well done. We trusted
Wow,
you and you failed
impressive.
What's this?
This is how it goes when people get psyched in
I was promised epic battles.
us. There, look at that's the camera.
Oh, which
and
camera?
instead you end up
there.
Which camera am I on?
There.
When things get professional.
So yeah, you as you rush at him, you get tangled in the body that he threw your way. You were so eager to reach the guy that you were slightly off balance. So when the body hits you, you get tangled. There's like bad breath, bristly haired, crazy eyed dude in your face
okay.
who doesn't understand what the fuck is going on. And Marl's like trying to find a way out.
I scream to Rolf, circle them. That's what I yell. If he can make sure that we surround them.
There's more of them. How can I circle?
Just go behind them. Doesn't matter. You're large enough to cover a distance. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
I rush towards him while screaming very, very intimidatingly. You know what this means. Get out of the way to everyone else. Calmly, but it's not on this one. You have
It's
to
not
put
on the sheet.
the extras.
Um,
but there's a plus
So
one.
give me
definitely.
give me an intimidation and
Oh yeah. And what do you want?
it's intimidation, the fancy die, and what would it be, a resolve? Yeah, a resolve intimidation and the fancy die.
There we go. I think that's it. So 3 to 6. Yes. 1, 2, 3. 3 successes.
So something a little bit strange happens. As Otto rushes and gets tangled up in the body, and Rolf starts moving off to the side, you notice Trace simply walks up the middle, and the other two men kind of melt. Like they're reduced to quivering hunks of like.
I can be very persuasive.
I could have too, but
You don't. Honestly, the only person that really sees this are Mathilde and Rolf, because you are currently.
this is not my vision of my
of
life.
how this was gonna go.
Like this, tangled with a person.
Maria laughed so hard she broke for a moment.
This is not my character sheet. No one.
Dude, and imagine this is if we had one die roll that went from 1 to 20, the results are even more random then.
Yeah.
You're like, I re-rolled it. Great. There's still a massive chance this will be unepic.
You just thought.
And that's why I told you burn a willpower so that it wasn't awkward. And look what you did, man.
Yeah.
Never again.
So yeah, the two guys melt into quivering puddles. You weren't extending the effect over to
No.
Marl. So he just like, what? You cowards! Stop him! Stop him! And he reaches for his dagger.
Yeah, I have them all. Guess who wins?
I feel there's a punch coming to the face, like just before he reaches for the.
Yeah, if he's close enough, I will try to just stop him from taking out the... target one is grab him, not kill him immediately.
Okay.
Although
Mathilde-
breaking his leg
Mathilde,
does
what do you do?
effectively do that.
I'm to the door and I'm holding my quiver and my arrow and trying to understand what happened to Otto.
Like, this is a medical condition. It's not funny. I get that sometimes.
Oh man. Anyway, so.
But do I get to throw an arrow?
Sure. At who? The two quivering guys? Marl, who you're trying to capture, or the guy that's dancing with Otto?
Okay. Okay.
Wow, she's bloodthirsty. Like, seriously.
I shoot him in
If
the
we're
leg.
getting into this, someone will die. I don't care who. But
You guys
someone
hyped
needs-
me
I'm
up.
telling you, it's a good thing that all this violence comes out in role-playing games and
Yeah.
not in real life.
We are otherwise very healthy individuals.
Yes, very, very well-adjusted. We don't resort to violence to solve our problems.
But 2 days ago I killed a dragon on another RPG, just saying. Covered me for a month.
So, we could roll dice, but you overpower Marl. It's
Okay.
pointless. He's
All right.
fat, overweight.
I push his hand back to do the
Yeah, you
dragon.
grab his hand, headbutt him, push him onto the hay and the barrels. Leandro, you push the guy off of you, off of Otto.
Successful.
No, Leandro, you push the guy off of Otto. Sorry, wow. That was breaking
Divine
all the
intervention.
barriers. Yeah,
My
that was
astral
breaking all the
projection
barriers.
As myself.
So, Leandro, Otto, your character, pushes off the individual that was tangled with him. There's no fight left in them. Two of them are quivering puddles, and Rolf is holding one by the scruff, trying to figure out what to do with him.
So to make it a target for Maria.
You want to shoot this one? You want to shoot this one?
There's another one. Which one would you like?
He grabs him like this, how we're in the circus, like in the carnivals, like the ducks moving. All right. So I look at him.
Really?
Who hired you?
Oh, you do that. Okay.
Well, the plan is to kill him anyway, so that's why I do it.
Yeah.
See, my character is mysterious.
Oh, hey. Do you roll them? Yeah, I think you continue rolling.
Yeah,
How many tens?
4 in a row. 3 in a row.
it
Actually.
happens.
He might be fat, but he ain't breaking.
Nah, that actually wasn't Toto.
Mark. Yeah.
That actually wasn't Marl. Hold on. Yeah, I hate it when die roll change the scenario so much. Okay. You've you've headbutted and pushed him into the ground. The other guys have scattered. Marl's eyes are like looking everywhere. This is before you do anything. Mizar's are looking at, Marl's eyes look at all of you, linger on Mathilde. It's you! He says through broken teeth and split lips. I'm fucked.
Correct.
You then get in his face and ask him, and he sort of melts, quivers, and points.
Oh, this is where the fight is.
And
I fully expect them to follow where he's pointing because I have one enemy in front of me.
Well, whoever it is, I'm not seal charging you. I know this. This is not a viable tactic. Lead with the sword, not the seal.
You do see, as you turn to look, you see one figure. You had not noticed him. In the stables. He seems to be very nonchalant. He's scrubbing down a black literally. They're called destrier, not courser, destrier.
Mathilde, this would be a good time to start shooting arrows. I don't know what you think, but like randomly.
Now he has to die.
And with extreme prejudice.
Start
with a horse.
Is he from a corner that could have seen me?
Okay. And rolled 5.
Yeah,
successes.
I figured that's why I asked.
You see the guy puts it down in this moment of awkward silence. I wasn't expecting you to move so quickly.
Gotcha. I whisper.
Where is Rolf?
Hmm?
Where is Rolf?
Rolf is still holding the guy and looking confused. He slowly and awkwardly puts the guy down like, okay, this one's not important.
This is decorative.
This is decorative.
Is Rolf Schmass a command we can have for now on?
He says, I assure you, there's no intent to harm you.
Oh, but there is.
There isn't. If there were, we would have hired somebody far more competent than Morrow. What are you talking about?
I step on him just to be sure.
He's like, I represent an interested party who is neutral in this affair and wishes to meet you.
Meet us where?
I'm to take you to him if you agree to meet.
In this city?
Considering his orders or the ones he gave to us, it doesn't add up.
He looks at you. And he reaches under his what's it called? Sleeve, pulls out a token and flicks it to you.
Do I need to roll for it?
Well, actually, I would like you to roll.
I have 3 in contacts and 2 in allies. Do I get to and 3 investigation?
It's one of the reasons why finding Marl was so easy. You knew who to ask, what to do.
Okay, but do I recognize?
So you look at the token.
Would it count wounds?
It's
Like the
Would it
brand
be
new one?
two-sided?
It would be
Where is it, man? More product placement.
I know, right? I'm saving some things for next.
it's a blank badge. It's got a crudely drawn bird on it, burnt into it. But what's strange is that the back is like enameled. And as you flip it, you see the symbol of a house. Do you have any politics?
Actually, I do. I have 1. Is this bird a hawk?
It could be a crudely drawn hawk. And the house emblem on the back is, surprisingly enough, a black hawk on a yellow field, rampant. Wait, I don't know if hawks are rampant. I know lions are rampant. But anyway,
No, I think
hawk.
No, they are, but they are with the wings. In
No,
the
this
back
one
and the
isn't.
legs.
This one is
okay.
Byzantine, Holy Roman
Yeah.
Empire rampant.
Okay.
Huh. Says,
Do you know what it is? Roll, man.
oh,
Politics plus.
Politics plus intelligence.
so that's 1 for politics.
Oh God, we've got to watch this.
I will. And,
Oh no, it's the city-states.
and what else? 1 politics and?
Politics and intelligence.
The fact that I cannot find this in my... Oh, 2. I was going to say, that means I'm not very intelligent. Okay, how wrong can this go? Look at me roll.
You never.
Can I add points for my sealed bashing ability? No. Okay, so
Yeah, you made it. 2 successes.
Two.
You do recognize it. It's actually one of the most prominent emblems in the land. It's it's the symbol of Duke Emmerich of Königsberg,
Mhm.
who's
Affectionately called.
well, he's called the Grey Scorpion,
Affectionate.
affectionately. Yes.
Yeah.
But apparently, he has another name in the underground.
Uh-huh. In what?
My character doesn't know. Does he? Would he?
Well, you haven't seen the thing.
Okay.
We're talking about a heavyweight, like about as heavyweight as you get in the 100 Kingdoms.
Okay. Well, I think we should meet the character.
Why? What did he give you? What is it? What is it? It's a bird? It's a yellow bird?
Bro, your naivety is inspiring. Stay happy as you are.
Yellow bird? Is it a bird?
Is it a bird? Is it flying? Is it? So,
He looks at it, he can't make heads or tails. He hands it over to Mathilde.
Yeah, I'm wondering one thing. Why is there a black hawk on the coin and he's called Black Scorpion?
The Grey Scorpion.
Grey Scorpion.
Grey Scorpion.
Different worlds, different names.
Grey Scorpion is his nobility, affectionate kind of nickname.
his username on.
On the noble form.
On Discord.
Gray
It's
underscore
black.
gray underscore scorpions with a Z. So let's go.
Okay, so
1337.
Blackhawk was taken.
Black was taken.
No, he made it Black Hawks. So I tell Tris that I tell you who this person is, and I say we should probably meet him. Whoever has this kind of influence can find us at some point, and this is going to be a losing battle, so we might as well just talk to him now.
After that, we need to leave as soon as possible.
Yes, and Marl also needs to be taken care of. I turn to the man.
There's no need for unnecessary bloodshed. Don't worry.
Can you deal with this situation?
Consider it done.
Good. And also, well, man, we lost the bread we gave to the guardian for the door. We've been losing money left and right. This needs to.
Oh no.
Our first goal is to get our
Does
finance.
Marl have pouches?
No. Like he's got barely any cash on
Yeah,
him.
I told you. No, if he had a pouch with the reward, I would have taken the reward. We did assault the guys.
So
He did.
our to-do list is number 1 to meet the character.
Yeah.
And to get our finances in order, because this has been
So let's hope
very.
the character pays for some reason.
Because at this point we're at 2 gold coins in the negative. This needs to be dealt with eventually. Okay.
Let's rob a bank. That never goes wrong.
And we haven't even spent the night.
Yeah,
Nope.
but we paid the
Yeah,
money.
but we've already paid in advance.
Yes, I know. We paid and we didn't spend the night.
Oh, but now we can go back and spend the night.
Or you could
Or we
follow
could-
the guy and
yeah.
go to the mysterious, scary figure.
Yes.
True.
Yes, which makes a better show for an RPG online, Leo.
Yeah,
Like, seriously.
no,
Our characters nap. They let events overtake them. Things happen. They are not part of them.
Proper planning and using your money wise is the message that needs to come out of this.
There was the guy that actually brought me into RPGs. He always we called his characters immune to adventures, because he would make like the super antisocial ranger that doesn't even like people. So every time he would start an adventure, and then he was like, the character is uninterested.
Yeah.
And he just left. Every time. The first character came, left.
Keep track of your finance, people. It's important. Buy more miniature. I mean, and companion books.
The guy leads you through some crowded streets. Not crowded, sorry, wrong word. They're crowded in. Narrow, that's the word I was looking for. Narrow streets crowded in by the buildings. There we go, and the terraces. You eventually make it to apparently they couldn't decide whether it was a warehouse, a house, or an observatory. Because it starts as a warehouse. It has a whole weird leaning forward so you can hang a hook off of it kind of thing, very Netherlands, Amsterdam feel to it. Then it's got terraces and beautiful things and beautiful balconies of wrought iron and I don't know what else going on with ladders heading up and around it. And at the top there is a tower, a wooden tower that hangs out of it with another small balcony around that. It's this weird, very idiosyncratic multi-building sort of blonked there in the middle. You wouldn't have noticed it. You wouldn't even have noticed it in the tangle of buildings.
And that's within the canton, right?
That's within the canton, yes.
Okay.
It's pressed up against one of the walls. I mean, when it's pointed out to you and singled out, it's a strange and sort of eye-catching building. But otherwise, it's, it gets lost in the chaos of the construction and the craziness that happens in the cantons.
Okay. Stavro, when he told me, do I know the name?
Yeah, you have daughters.
I have one daughter.
You could. Okay. The only difficulty was making the link.
Yeah, I figured.
So out of context. It was an awkward walk. There was barely any talking, except for a couple of awkward questions by Rolf.
So, how are you?
You've been here long. You come here often.
You come often.
You come here often.
The guy leads you up to one of the stairs. Not one of the ones that leads into the building, but you climb out around the building. Mm-hmm. It looks small. It's remarkably sturdy, but even a sturdy metal construction with 4 lumps, such as you guys, creaks and sways. No. These guys, Maria. There's 4 of them. There's 3 of them, and one of you who's like
full plate.
Yes. Apologies.
I'm just saying, guys.
So it's a creaking, swaying thing. It's actually quite nerve-wracking because it sways alarmingly with all of your weight. But you still manage to make it up. You notice that the house, as you cross certain windows, it's remarkably well appointed. Warm wood paneling, fires burning everywhere, torches, rich draperies.
Is it as artsy as the other place?
No. This is much more reasonable. You guys continue climbing up. You've passed the warehouse stage. You've passed the house stage, and now you're sort of circling around this large tower. Large. I'm exaggerating when I use the word large. It feels large once you make it inside because it's remarkably open. All the windows are down, so there's a lot of room, except it's outside the tower. It's dominated by a single black desk, large desk, behind of which sits a thin figure, dressed in dark grey, to the height of fashion, very well, very Sorry, no, the opposite actually. I was going to say remarkably unkempt 5 o'clock shadow. His hair is oiled back. Shirt is open. Guy must be in his... It's hot, Maria. That's why all the shirts are slightly open.
What's with the Greek Italian neighborhood? We came in. What is this place? Underneath an olive garden, there's underneath.
And there's a slightly joint right there. No, it's hot. That's why. And he's sitting in front of a desk. Small lights are burning. Small candles are burning there. And he seems to be lost in thought when you guys walked in. But as soon as he sees you, he leans forward and says, this is unexpected. Have a seat.
Well, I'm still holding. I'm fully carry on my things, right? So I sit somewhere, and I take off my things, but I have them close by just in case.
I just lean against the wall.
You notice that the guy that brought you guys leans over and whispers something in his ear. He nods, looks sharply at you.
I look sharply back.
I worry a little bit because I don't want him to tell him how badly I watched this.
I don't want to embarrass myself.
That guy's no problem.
I try to act like I really know what I'm doing with Shield.
And then he nods, like, bravo, okay, thank you, you may do this. And the guy slowly heads down the stairs. So I believe introductions are superfluous at this stage.
Well, actually, do I still know who this person is?
Do you have politics? Wait, do
Yeah,
you have
No, I
has.
don't know like politics.
She has.
No,
Yes, you do have a dot.
I do have a dot.
Yes. You recognize the house, and you know the entire history of the house. You're a little bit fuzzier on the details of this guy. You seem to remember something along the lines of he killed his brother. Oh, wait.
Yeah.
It's just a rumor, people.
Oh, wait.
Okay.
Yes.
You shouldn't believe rumors.
So the figure that you have in front of you has a slightly, it's not a lazy eye, but one of the an injury has slightly distorted his eyebrows, sort of making one look droopier than the other. Cold gray eyes, stubble. Speaks with a slightly rasping voice, which I cannot emulate, so you'll have to imagine.
Immersion ruined.
So I think that what is important here is that we all acknowledge that we're playing a game. And the game does not need to involve bloodshed.
It doesn't seem like that to me.
Oh no, I assure you, I am not the gentleman who hired the thugs that attacked you on the caravan.
Are you the gentleman that knows who did it?
I am. Are you interested in who's attacking you, or are you interested in why?
Usually one leads to the other. So let's start with why, and we're gonna figure this from there.
I'm going to give you this information for free.
I can't hear you.
Sorry.
Too much acting.
Sorry. He says, I'm going to give you this information for free. He says, you still can't hear?
Yeah, no, we're not paying for anything else.
By the way, dude, we're out of money.
By the way, this game has been hella expensive so far, so...
Hold on, let me get back in character. crazy, creepy older dude. Channel your inner Bond villain.
We all have one.
My lady Mathilde, you were hired to tutor somebody, correct?
Yes?
A young man by the name of Piotr, I believe.
Oh,
Piotr.
excuse me?
Piotr. Peter,
Yes.
Russian Peter. Russianized Peter,
Yep.
I hope. I'm not murdering it. Were you told his lineage?
Not really. Not really.
But it's respected. Oh, and we do not discriminate of whatever it is. Whatever the lineage is.
Equilibrium is adventurous. Sorry. Seriously. He is one of two what do we call them? Kings? I believe they use a different word there, Tsars, of the Rus principalities. His aunt currently controls the throne on behalf of him and his simple half-brother. Why would this make somebody attack you?
You're asking me?
It's rhetorical. I don't expect you to answer. And the question is because it's not that you were sent there as a tutor. It's because you were sent there with something else that he needs. My understanding is you are a metallurgist.
That's correct.
One of the ways in which Piotr's leash is held is that his aunt controls the treasury. And therefore he himself has no access to funds with which to buy the loyalty of men he might use to try to break from under her thumb. I imagine that you have been sent there in an effort to remedy this situation. I have heard rumors that prospectors have struck particularly rich seams of gold, iron, and possibly even some gold in some of his lands. And I think he is trying to find a way to utilize these independently of his aunt. Now, I happen to have a personal quarrel with his aunt. So, I would be more than happy to see Piotr develop into a young, strapping man with his own finances, capable of finally getting rid of that old hag. And for that reason, I'm willing to help you. More than I have done to date by informing you about what game it is exactly that you're playing. The choice is yours. If you wish for more material help from me, there will be a price. Or you may depart now, knowing the stakes in the game.
Material means money. By the way, go for it, Leo. Go.
Well, we have been in a deficit lately. Let's say it hasn't been writing positives.
Just to clarify, my character kind of stays behind these policy decisions. I'm just there. I am observing him, though.
Okay, so I'll say this. I understand the quarrel, and there's nothing more that I trust than a man's wish to undermine another's position, or another aunt's position. And so you're saying that the aunt is the one that ordered us being attacked. That would be the logical outcome of this.
Or a friend of hers.
To her benefit. Let's ultimately. And to your benefit, it is for us to get there and complete the mission. If we accept your help, then we need to be sure that getting there is step one. Not getting killed while we're there is another thing altogether. So you understand that your help to help us get all the way to the Russ is one thing, but then do you have any context there? How are you making sure for yourself that our mission is going to be successful and that Mathilde is going to tutor Piotr?
Well, I assume that she will exhibit some basic competence in education, even though female.
Basic. Female. This man, please get me out of here.
How do you react?
I'm actually.
Right.
Oh, sorry.
Kill him. Flashbang.
I just can't believe that all of this is because of me. I mean, I'm overwhelmed. I love it, don't get me wrong. But I'm overwhelmed. And, I don't have much to say. I mean, and you've really, really upset me right now for the comments. So I don't say much. I'm just keeping my cool.
Okay. I believe a detachment of 200 of my personal guard.
Voice. I can't hear.
Sorry. It says I believe a detachment of 200 of my personal guard, an envoy, and a sealed missive with my signet would secure your way there.
Essentially.
A material show of support for the young Tsar. Mm-hmm. They're there to escort you and secure your safety. I applaud the Countess's attempt at secrecy, but the game had been rigged from the start. I expect she will be cleaning house soon.
I bite my lower lip a little.
He's suggesting that there was a spy in her house.
I am so every time, just keep it in mind, every time he mentioned this as a game, it rings right here. It annoys me. The more he does, the more I need to, keep my cool.
Okay then. If the mission is to get there and you can get us there, then so be it. At this point, better to have help than not having help.
Excellent. Most excellent, he says. Please. Don't worry, I shall take care of all accommodations. And I will ensure that you have pleasant trip.
I'm gonna pack a second seal after this. This is not.
Yes, the route will be through Pravia. Mm-hmm. And wait, I need access to the map. Where's the map? Do we have a map?
Oh, we don't have the map here.
No, we don't have a map. You'd expect, having made the damn thing, just a moment.
Wait, he's right.
We do have a.
It doesn't have the cities. It's a geographical only.
Oh well.
But you can also find the map here in the brain.
Yes, there is a
Did
map.
you know?
He says you will travel through Pravia, and then mentions a number of cities. The largest and most populated cities. Something strange happened on the screen.
Oh, because Maria shared her screen. Maria, stop sharing screen. There we go.
No worries.
And now you don't have sound.
Now
You're muted.
Now you're muted, Maria.
I think that's better.
Professionals! I randomly got up in the middle of this.
This
is all scripted, by the way.
Cued and timed.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
351, just on cue.
You notice though that the route that he has mentioned is every single major populated city.
Fair call.
Well, it makes sense. I mean, like if you show up with 200 armed
Yeah.
guards, like
Smaller cities tend to
in like
disperse.
in like a small like village, and like you're like yeah, okay. So.
No, what my character is thinking is that he's making a show of it. That's his point. That I helped do this.
I think it's a little bit logistical as well.
No, I think he's undermining the Countess, but that's your call.
I think if you're going through a village with more people than there in the village,
you can feed the people.
there's a little bit.
No,
of
so you torch the
practical
village to the ground, slaughter all the animals, leave nothing for next year, feed your troops, and move on.
Welcome to the 100 Kingdoms!
Time-honored tradition. Time-honored tradition.
Well, you know something, beggars can be choosers. I don't mind at this point. We need to get there. I start realizing a little bit that the whole thing my father sent me to become better. This is getting over a little bit of my head, but I'm trying to keep in mind that if I am ever to become an heir to my father, it's good to have powerful allies. So part of my rationale here is that I'm trying to build for my own heritage. So this is why I'm eager to make a shaky friendship with Scorpions gray of color.
The 200 men puts me a little bit off. 200 men. I mean, really? It's not inconspicuous.
Yeah, but you don't need to be when there's 200 men. That's kind of the point.
This is a flexing of the highest order.
Yeah, this is him showing off, effectively.
Yes. Yes, I have to get back to the idea that it's not just the four of us, because I felt comfortable with just the four. Well, not you really there, Tris. You still don't talk to me.
Hello.
But okay.
I have been
I don't have much of a decision making here. It's Otto.
Who makes men wet themselves? I guess this is a good place to leave it, to wrap it up.
Yeah, so that we can discuss a little next time about how we're going to proceed.
And so gracefully, you have no idea what happened on behind screens. If you noticed a slight cut, thank God we were able to edit what we edited out.
Which editing was professional again.
Yes, professional like the rest of this outfit.
By the way, a disclaimer for this: we didn't gain weight after the quarantine. Just for you know, we're all still.
We're all svelte and exactly in the same condition.
If you notice that I'm a little bit hunkier after the last events, it's because the camera adds 10 pounds.
Yes,
and there are 4 cameras.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was gonna say. Okay, guys.
Okay.
Have fun.
Hope you enjoyed it.
Bye.
See you next time.
See you next time.